You can give me the strategy and the budgeting and all these things, and that may be short-lived because I may not feel good about having money. So at some point in time, I'm going to sabotage that because the amount of money now that's coming in isn't where my set point is. I'm used to having a low amount, so I'm gonna go ahead and sabotage myself to bring that on back down. So when it's really about the energetics and how do you feel about money, and those limiting beliefs and subconscious programming will come in. And if you heard as a child, money is the root of all evil, money doesn't grow on trees, money is only for those greedy people, you're running along as an adult with these thoughts, wondering why can't I want more money, but you've got this old programming that's not allowing you to move forward with it. So you must look at the limiting beliefs. We must bring up and reprogram the old subconscious programming. And then we tap into the feelings and the relationship you have with that money because it is energy.
You're listening to Nurses on Fire, the podcast for nurses by nurses aspiring to financial independence. I'm your host, Nasima McElroy of Financially Intentional. Let's spark some flames, y'all. Welcome back to episode 9 of the Nurses on Fire podcast. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much for tuning in. So I would be eternally grateful if you took a moment to subscribe, leave a review, and share with other nurses that you know could benefit. And when you leave that review, please make sure to take a screenshot and send it to Nasima@financiallyintentional.com. So let me take a moment to read 2 recent reviews I just got in. The first one is from Yanel47, and she says it's a dream come true. I've been listening since she first started the podcast and realized I never wrote a review. I'm so happy when I heard that Nasima was making a podcast for nurses. I'd been listening to podcasts for years now and have never found one that I can 100% relate to until this one. I honestly do love nursing, but also have a creative side of me that I want to explore. Listening to these influential people have given me hope that I can do both. I absolutely love this podcast. I've learned so much already. What mistakes to avoid, how to prepare for my future, other avenues, and much more. All I can do now is wait for that notification to pop up on my screen telling me that a new episode awaits me. Thank you so much, Nasima, for helping a fellow nurse. You are my inspiration. If you haven't subscribed, my fellow nurses, or even if you aren't a nurse, subscribe and join us. Can I just tell you that made a thug shed a tear? That was so sweet. Thank you so much. And this is why I do it. It means so much to me to just let nurses know what's possible. So I appreciate your reviews and keep them coming. The next review is from Carla Castri, titled Nurses on Fire. This should be called Nasima on Fire. Filled with real financial dilemmas and invaluable information. Thank you, girl. Thanks, Carla. I appreciate all your feedback and your love. You guys, this means the world to me. Keep the reviews coming. So big shout out to the people making money moves in the Nurses on Fire podcast Facebook group. Bill Yant, who happens to be a doctor, yes, we got love for the MDs too, pushed his savings rate to 33% of his gross income, which is 50% of his take-home pay, net of taxes and fixed expenses. Yes, Bill, more fire, more fire, more fire. That's my fake Jamaican accent. Also, big shout out to Tanisha for making sure that she is maximizing and getting all her credit card bonuses and working her side hustle to bring in them extra coins. Please continue to share your wins, because when you win, you demonstrate to us other ways that we can maximize our finances. All right, so in episode 9, this nurse is big ballin', courtesy of Manifestation and Bitcoin. I want to introduce you to JC Marie. JC made the jump from the medical field as a registered nurse to the private sector, founder of JC Fit LLC, where she coaches and empowers women to craft, curate, and create a life they love by their own design, utilizing the law of attraction and mindset work. She sits on a choice coach council of She Wins Society Global Network and co-leads Manifesting Mamas, an online community of 40,000 women. As a mindset and lifestyle transformation coach, she is super passionate about helping women get into alignment with their desires, and her style is about mixing the spiritual with the taking the inspired action to be able to consciously and intentionally, I love intentionality, create more joy, love, freedom, and abundance in life. She's obsessed with helping women master their inner game and release the limiting beliefs that keep holding them back. She believes living the life of our dreams is here and now, and it's her mission to help women step in their power, greatness, and create a life they love. In addition, JC Marie is co-founder and co-owner of Crypto Blockchain Plug, a cryptocurrency OTC lounge in Inglewood, California. Shout out to Inglewood, y'all. A certified blockchain educator, this Cal State Los Angeles grad and crypto blockchain enthusiast is also a multi-passionate entrepreneur who believes anything is possible and lives life daily by that mantra. Born in San Mateo, California, shout out to my Bay Area peeps, JC received a baccalaureate degree in nursing and a public health nurse certification. She received certifications as a blockchain educator and a consultant and is currently certifying for law of attraction coaching. JC Marie is a staunch believer in self-care and leads a healthy and active lifestyle. She enjoys weightlifting, kickboxing, proper nutrition, and a daily practice of gratitude and appreciation. She currently resides in Los Angeles, California with her oh-so-cute 7-year-old son. JC is goals, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into the episode with JC Marie. All right, Nurses on Fire community, I could not be more honored to have JC Marie. Not only does she share my name, my middle name, Marie, but she is just an amazing person and the prototype for what I really feel is what we should all be aspiring to. So outside of just being a mindset and law of attraction coach, JC is a registered nurse. She's an investor, a mentor, an entrepreneur. She is doing amazing things and she empowers women to craft and curate a life that they love, because ultimately it's all about a life that we love, and she does that by utilizing the law of attraction. Welcome, JC. I am so honored to have you.
Oh, my goodness, girl. I am honored and grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I am excited that I have you in my world, and I just think about how relationships form. And I didn't even mean to talk about this like initially, but I just think that once you set an intention to do better in your life, the people that just naturally flow to you, because the way that you've shifted your energy is amazing. And I just want to tell you that you are truly uplifting and you've really given me a lot of hope and motivation. Even if you don't know it, I'm always watching you and I'm seeing you doing amazing things. And I just want to thank you for being in my world. And I want to thank you for being here now to share with my community.
Thank you for those beautiful words. Oh my goodness. I think when the intention is set on both sides and we are aligned with our intentions and our focus and who we want in our life, we just match automatically. And we
Yes.
came together at a live business event, and it was incredible. It was
Yes.
amazing. Well, we had been following each other on social, but then to actually see each other in the physical was incredible. And to be now here talking to you on your podcast and community I'm just grateful. And I'm so glad and so happy we're connected.
Aw, thank you so much. But I have selfishly, I'm being selfish and not introducing you. And I'm going to give you a chance to just give a little bit about your background
Mm-hmm.
and then just to kind of talk about your journey and how you got to where you are now so people can enjoy just the beautiful spirit that you are and just really come to an understanding of the amazing things that you're doing in the world.
Well, thank you. So, okay. Well, my name is JC Marie. I am a mom of one, registered nurse by traditional education, and have pivoted out of the full-time hospital setting and honestly out of the nursing practice into coaching women, high ambitious, high achieving women to continue success without the grind, without the hustle, without the struggle. In addition, I am a investing partner in a cryptocurrency lounge. So if any of you are familiar with Bitcoin, it is that whole tech world, digital currency world. So I made the pivot. I loved nursing. Let me start there.
Mm-hmm.
I loved nursing. I was absolutely grateful. I created that life because that's what I wanted to do. I went to school. I played by the conventional societal rules. You go to school, you get the career, you get the house, you do these things. And I did those things. I graduated from nursing school. 2 years after graduation, I bought a home. I was working full time, making six figures, driving the car of my dreams at that time, had my son. All was just, this was the plan laid out. This is what they say is, the life. And then you ride it out until you retire. And that's it. You're living the good life, right? And I would say maybe 7, 8 years into my nursing career, I was like, something's not quite right. Is this it? I just kept getting this intuitive nudge of this is not it. And I kept ignoring it because I was feeling guilty that how could I ask for more when I'm in the profession of helping people? I'm living this life. I'm making this amount of money. What is going on here? So to counteract that and to try to just kind of continue to ignore it, I got into fitness thinking, okay, well, let me get healthy. Let me just clear my mind. Let me do these things. And that was the catalyst, the supercharged mindset shift. When I got into fitness and really was able to tweak and manipulate and really change my whole body and healthy lifestyle with my mind, because my body wasn't going to do anything my mind didn't tell it to do. It was like, aha, light bulb moment, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, I went to the point of competing in a couple of bodybuilding competitions. And that's when too, I was like, okay, I'm visualizing myself training. I'm visualizing myself on this stage. I'm visualizing myself winning. And I took the mindset skills and what I was really manifesting in terms of my health and fitness into other areas of my life. So I said, if I could do it here, let's try it with some money. Let's see if I can bring in some money through manifestation and really attracting it to me and not necessarily the grind and the hustle, right? Same with opportunities, same with people in my life, relationships, and things began to shift dramatically and drastically to where I was like, okay, I can help people and it doesn't necessarily have to be in the world of nursing and it doesn't have to necessarily be in healthcare or in nursing. I have a gift that I feel I want to share with others that I've been able to now legit create a life by my own design. I am the architect of it, and I want to show others how to do that too. And that's where we are now.
That is amazing. So when did you make that shift to you're doing all these internal changes, you're seeing these changes happen in your life, things are starting to connect. You went from that foggy place where you were in, where you on paper, on Instagram, on Facebook, everything looked like you had it all together and you knowing that internally, you wanted more. How did you make that shift from your self-work to now helping other people and other women in general kind of realize how to live their best lives?
Well, the fitness journey I documented. So that in itself was inspiring for others, especially moms and women who felt like they could never get their body back after baby. So I documented my journey saying I'm, on this healthy kick and I'm doing this. And then my road to bodybuilding competition, and again, this is after baby. And when women are thinking, I will never, ever get my body back like it was before baby, that drew in a following of people. And then really talking about the mindset shifts that were going on with me along that journey and really pouring into women and then, reaching out and asking for help and guidance. And that's when, because I was helping, I started really on the online business online coaching with nutrition, fitness, and mindset. But I began to realize the mindset was the biggest piece. I would get women who were like, hey, I have a vacation, I have a wedding, I have this event. And it was these short-term, I want to get to this goal. And then after that, they would fall off, weight would come back. And I'm like, what? There's a disconnect here. And when I set out, it was a short term, yes, honestly, in the beginning. But when I began to realize how strong my mind was, I said, oh, no. This is a lifestyle. This is lifetime. This is not I have a wedding or I have a vacation. This is forever for me and my mind. So then my practice and how I showed up coaching and speaking to other women began to be about their mindset and how they can tap into the law of attraction, because it's all energy, and how they can bring things to them that way.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I love it. And I'm definitely one of those people. I'm never going to get my body back mode. So
and it's the energy of your words. Yes, and I tell this to my ladies, the energy of your words are creating that experience for you.
Yes, I know. It's a mindset thing.
It's okay, girl. We're gonna shift it. We're gonna shift it.
We will. Thank you for being in my world, because I know that you are somebody that I can reach out to when I'm ready.
Most definitely.
But Ken, let's talk about some of the results that you've seen in the lives of your clients and some of the work that you've done.
Yes, many of my clients. So the specialty my specialty when it comes to mindset, law of attraction, is really the energetics behind manifestation. So your energy, your vibration, and your frequency are all aligned to bring in what it is that you desire. Because we live in an energetic based universe, everything is energy, and some thoughts and feelings naturally vibrate higher than others. Say abundance, happiness, joy, love. Some resonate on a lower frequency, scarcity, doubt, fear, lack. So being able to to allow my ladies to see what they are doing energetically, to be able to shift, they've been able to attract whatever they desire. So I don't do a specific, I'm not the business strategist or, I don't do, managing of things. I get you energetically aligned to whatever it is, because once you raise your vibration and your frequency, if it's money you're calling in, you're going to become an energetic match for. If it's a relationship, you will be that energetic match for. If it's business, if it's whatever it is that you desire, once you get your energy aligned to that via law of attraction, it's coming. It is law. That is it. So money has been manifested for sure, because money is energy.
Right.
And it really is about feeling abundant now, feeling energetically abundant now, because again, it's energy, and really working on the limiting beliefs around lack and scarcity and not enoughness.
Yes. And I think that as nurses, there's a lot of that, and there's a lot of our identity and worth tied to just being a nurse, and thinking that if we're not a nurse, or if we don't keep doing what we're doing or bringing in the same amount of money, or all those limiting beliefs around our careers and our identities associated with it, then there's so much fear. And I feel like a lot of that fear is what holds us back from just doing better in general. I know on this podcast, I talk about personal finance a lot, but personal finance is not about the behaviors. It's not about getting your budget together, making sure you're invested. 99% of it is really about the mindset. And ultimately, our whole goal is to live our best lives. In the personal finance space that operated in the fire space, then you hear about, these people that, are grinding and, living off $2 a meal and all this kind of stuff and ways to cut and optimize their budget, which is fine. Optimize their budget so that they can save 25 times their income so that they don't have to work anymore. They can make work optional. But there's also the thing that connects and the thing that makes people who successfully stick to the financial independence track and stay on that journey is those people are really aiming to live their best life. And there are other avenues to do that by then just like focusing on every dollar that comes in and out, because you really have to make sure that you get your mind right.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
And let me tell you, making six figures, there were months where I was like, where the hell is my money? Girl, it didn't make any sense. I own this home, I'm driving this car, and I'm like, how is it on paper that I'm making six figures? And I'm like pinching at the end.
Been there.
Because, girl, I did not have me and money. We're not friends. Now we're in love and we're BFFs, but it is truly about, it truly is your relationship with money. Yeah, you can give me the strategy and the budgeting and all these things. And that may be short-lived because I may not feel good about having money. So at some point in time, I'm going to sabotage that because the amount of money now that's coming in isn't where my set point is. I'm used to having a low amount. So I'm going to go ahead and sabotage myself to bring that on back down.
Yes.
When it's really about the energetics and how do you feel about money, and those limiting beliefs and subconscious programming will come in. And if you heard as a child, money is the root of all evil, money doesn't grow on trees, money is only for those greedy people. You're running along as an adult with these thoughts, wondering, why can't I want more money? But you've got this old programming that's not allowing you to move forward with it. So you must look at the limiting beliefs. We must bring up and reprogram the old subconscious programming. And then we tap into the feelings and the relationship you have with that money because it is energy.
Yes.
That's it.
I know. And I just... I don't like to focus on the negative, but it just brings up, and I just, want people to understand that when I share my story, and I know when people hear you share the story, the thing that's really gonna pop up is, but you did it because you were already making six figures. You were already doing this. How can you help me? And I got a comment the other day and I didn't even respond because, I don't like to kind of react to negative energy is how I'm sick of rich people telling poor people how to live. And I was just like, I could have just been like, what's stopping you from being rich? And the thing is that it's not even
her statement.
What'd you say?
Her statement.
Exactly.
I'm tired of rich people telling poor people, if you believe you're poor, how are you ever going to get more money?
Right. Exactly. And and even like with nurses I see this come up a lot, because they think, well, you were only able to do this because you live in, Northern California and then you get paid so much. And I'm just like, do you know how much mortgage is? Do you know how much I pay in taxes? And that's not even, that's like really base level stuff. But what I'm saying is that we operate from a place of, have, do, be. If we have it, then we feel like when we have it, then we can do the
Yes.
things. Okay.
Right.
And that's not how
Right.
life works. Okay. It's
No.
really putting yourself in that role like you already have it, and then everything else falls into place. But we subconsciously always do, is because in the background, we do have, like you eloquently said, these limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in us, especially as a kid, about money doesn't grow on trees, like all those things. I know everybody has heard that, but those things are constantly keeping us in this frequency where we're never going to be able to live our best lives. And that's ultimately what it's about, not about this dollar figure, until we break this cycle, until we break these chains that are holding us down mentally. And so I think that it's amazing that this is what you do. And even just the way that you talk and the way that you present information, like I can physically feel that energy, I can physically feel, no, seriously, I can physically feel like the different level that you're vibrating on. And, it may sound woo to some people, but, life is energy. Everything is energy. Money is energy. Yeah. And once we really understand that, and really understand that we have so much more control over our lives than we think.
Oh, girl.
Then I'm just saying there is limitless opportunity.
It's true.
And so love all this stuff that you've been able to do. But JC, this is only a fraction of the things that you do. I really want you to stop holding back. And let's talk about all the other amazing things that you do. Let's talk about your community of over 40,000 women that you have called Manifesting Mamas, and what you do in that community.
Oh my goodness, that community has my heart. So Manifesting Mamas is really just that. It's this community of women, and honestly, there are a few men in there who absolutely believe in we get to create our lives, and we get to design it, and we get to do it through the process of manifestation. We understand the law of attraction, and that there are other laws that govern the universe. And when they all come together in harmony, the universal law of abundance, the universal law of detachment, the universal law of giving and receiving, that this is when the magic happens of you really, truly being able to design that life that you want to experience, that is fulfilling, that is joyful. And I go into this community, I pour into this community, we pour into each other, and we co-create whatever it is that we want to experience. If it's more money, and just tips on manifesting 101, manifesting made easy, and remembering actually that these are tools in your toolbox that are always available for you to shift out of the negative mindset, to shift out of the limiting beliefs, and to really start to pull up the old programming and rewrite anew so you can live that best life seriously and unapologetically.
I love that it's a community. So, and
yes,
I will beat this until it's dead, because I want you guys to understand that it's really about the people that you surround yourself with. Okay.
Oh, girl. Yes.
If you surround yourself with people who aren't aspiring to do better, your chances of wanting to do better are, pretty limited. So I love that you have this community. And how can people access this community if people wanted to be a part of it?
Facebook. The community is on Facebook. It's called Manifesting Mamas. And it's our Facebook page. And then we have a private group called Manifesting Mastery, which is a private community where we also dive in a little bit deeper for those who we're just co-creating together in there and just throwing out our manifestations, and everyone, because the energy in there is aligned, everyone's on the same page. Women are manifesting left and right. It's absolutely insane and incredible. And it's an amazing community to be a part of if you choose to join us.
Awesome. And I encourage people to join.
So, yes, please.
You will be in good company. Okay, and
Thank you.
let's talk about your crypto blockchain company in Inglewood. And I got special love for Inglewood because
Oh my
that's where I bought my
goodness.
first house. That was my first dive into real estate when I was in grad school. I just sold that condo, a few
Really?
years ago. So I've had my house on eucalyptus in Inglewood for so long. So Inglewood is like close to my heart. So after Oakland, I represent Inglewood. So I'm so I'm
I
so
love that.
excited that you brought cryptocurrency to the wood. And tell me how that came about and what your role in that is. And then ultimately, where you see the world of crypto going, because honestly, it's something that I do not understand.
Wow, girl. Cryptocurrency was funny enough. I heard about it a little after nursing school, but it was when the Silk Road, which was the underground web, dark web, where people were utilizing Bitcoin to buy mainly drugs. So I heard about it then and I was like, what is this? What are we talking about? I don't want, whatever. Then it came around again almost 2 years ago and I said, this sounds like something again, my intuition is very strong and I do not discount it. I used to, I do not. And if it's telling me to turn left, go right, I'm there. So crypto came around again and I said, okay, it's time to pay attention. So curiosity with it, diving into it, Googling, just what is this? What can I do with it? And then my son also was the catalyst for it because like a light bulb again went off and this is his technology. This was like internet for me. This is going to be his currency, his future. So I said, okay. And I don't want to be like my parents when the internet came around and they were like dazed and confused. Like, what are we doing? And what is this? And two, when like charting came around, what's it called? Electronic documentation, nursing, like older nurses were fleeing left and right, taking early retirement.
A whole generation of nursing. It truly caused a lot of the crisis that we have around nurses because what? Adaptability, right? Yep.
There it is. Change is the only thing that's constant and technology is moving. Okay. So my curiosity led me to just buying some crypto. I still didn't really fully understand it, but I knew I just had to get a foot in and just figure it out I'm like, let me get in and then I'll figure it out. And that's a little sidebar. That is our mentality. I'll believe it when I see it, as opposed to when you manifest, you believe it, then you see it.
But not only that, JC, it's the commitment to learning as you go, but
yes,
you're invested in it now. So you have a vested interest in it. And I like that you took that first step.
Most definitely.
And let me just say, you didn't mortgage your house on something because you heard it on the news that these people were buying Ferraris and all this kind of stuff. Like you had a genuine interest because you understood the implications that it has today and what it can have in the future.
Yes.
And I love that you made that correlation to what the internet did in our generation, to us. And like now, the power that we have in our smartphones is something.
We can't do anything but without it.
Even 15 years ago, we didn't even know that was possible. So the speed of change that we're experiencing right now is like nothing else. So I'm saying that to say, I love that you just embraced it. You vested yourself into this, into learning, and your son was the impetus of this because you needed to understand what his experience was going to be further, down the line. And you didn't want to be left behind. And I feel all of that. So, sorry, continue on with your story. I'm known as a debt slayer because of the $200,000 in student loans I slayed in 2.5 years. I hated those loans and dealing with the loan servicers. I was head down and focused and wanted to get rid of the debt as soon as possible. Knocking out these loans and seeing a zero loan balance was one of the most liberating feelings I have ever felt. But recently I learned that by not optimizing my student loan payoff strategy, I lost money. I'm talking about big money, y'all. I could have saved $80,000 if I had a customized student loan plan by the team at Student Loan Planner. Please don't make the same mistake as me. If you have student loan debt, especially in the six figures, head over to studentloanplanner.com/financially intentional to get your customized student loan plan today. Do you know how your retirement funds are invested? Do you know how much you're paying in fees? Chances are you're on the same boat as some of my coworkers. Some of them set up their retirement when they first got hired and never looked at it again. Some have let a computer select their investments and don't even know what they're invested in. Worst of all, some people have their retirement funds sitting in a savings account and they're not even invested in the market because they're afraid to lose money. That's hella scary, y'all. What's even scarier is that some of you listening don't even have a clue what I'm talking about. And guess what? This is super common. This has to change today. Let Bloom do the work for you. Head over to financiallyintentional.com/Bloom and get your free retirement account analysis. They'll check and see if your retirement account is optimized for you, and they'll let you know if you're paying too much in fees. That's Bloom with 3 O's. Bloom can also manage your retirement account on an ongoing basis so you can take the stress out of retirement planning. If you choose to work with Bloom, their fees are incredibly low, less than your Netflix subscription. You have enough to worry about. Let Bloom handle your retirement account. The hardest thing you'll have to do when it comes to your retirement is remember that Bloom is spelled with 3 O's. Head over to financiallyintentional.com/Bloom. Remember, spelled with 3 O's, and get your retirement account squared away today.
No, it's all good. So most definitely, he was one of the driving forces for it, and for us to learn together. He's 7 years old, but our children, they pick up, especially when it comes to technology, iPad, all the things. So we've been learning this together. I'm a little ahead because I'm in the business of it. However, cryptocurrency is a digital currency. It's not going to be anything you're ever going to be able to touch. It really is just digital currency, just like you swiping your card or you using Venmo. You can buy goods, services, and products with your cryptocurrency. And I also want to make a note, Bitcoin is what everyone usually hears and what's popular. However, there are over 2,200 cryptocurrency coins. So Bitcoin was the beginning in 2008, 2009. And then we have since emerged with over 2,200. In addition to the cryptocurrency, you have blockchain technology, and that's the platform that the cryptocurrency runs along. So that's what you're going to look at, or what you can kind of envision as Internet 3.0, where a lot of companies will begin to utilize this platform in business for open sources, open transactions. And this was all started because of the 2008 crash. And, the double dipping and the fudging of the numbers and these crazy loans and all these things. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency was born. And it has been here now 11 years. It's not going anywhere. It's just moving faster. More companies, more institutions are adopting it. And if you aren't familiar with it, just take the time to Google it. Take the time to look into it. Even if you're like freaked out, that's what I get, a lot of fear, especially when it comes around finances and money. But just take the time. And when it comes to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, you do not have to buy a whole coin. You can buy fractions of it just to say, okay, I'm going to get into this. I'm going to put $20. I'm going to put $100 in, and then I'm going to learn as I go, because it's not going anywhere.
Yes, I love that.
So, yes. So we have a lounge here now where we give education. We have you can buy and sell your crypto here in the lounge, but you can also come in for classes and education. So, because we understand that people don't know, and a lot of people still want to talk to someone real, someone human, to have their questions answered and to be able to set up the way in which you accept your crypto. So we have lots of classes, lots of education, memberships are offered here. So it's just a beautiful space to come and learn and understand this new wave of generational wealth.
And I love that it's in Inglewood again, because I feel like that's a community that really needs to understand that. And, a lot of people just don't know what we don't know historically. If you can't tell, both of us are Black women, but in the Black community, there is a
Mhm.
mistrust of banks and banking. And
Mm.
this
Yep.
system was, as you said, was set up as a reaction to what the banks were
Yeah.
doing. But people also, it does incite a lot of fear because it's new. And then,
Yep.
we seeing all those people getting mega rich off of it. And then we see people mortgage their house and lose everything because of it. And
Yeah.
let me take that back. And it's not because of it. I should say it's because
Right,
not
right,
being
right. Good
educated
point.
on it, because people day trade and do that kind of stuff and lose everything. So, you know,
This is
I'm
true.
not saying
But it's also that fear because it's not only technology, people are
that.
afraid of technology, but it's also technology and
Uh-huh.
finance
Yeah.
and money. You got a
Yes.
double dose
Yes.
of fear. Yes. But the purpose of it is to put you
Yes.
back in control of
Yes.
your money. I'm able to send you money, period. There's no third party. It's a decentralized system. There's no central authority of a bank or pay anybody who's going to take fees or who want to hold on to your money for a certain amount of time while they clear this or clear that. It's just a straight, I'm going to send you $10,000 in a matter of seconds. That's it.
So, what actually just caused you to create this lounge? I mean, you went from just being curious about it to investing in it to actually creating this space that is so dynamic and I know will empower so many other people. But what made you take that leap from interested to actually having this lounge?
My business partner, she had this beautiful grand vision. And because I saw the vision of where crypto and blockchain was going, I
Mm-hmm.
saw her vision and I said, I'm in. I am in with you. And it was really her. Actually, I take that back. We were meeting at another brick and mortar type location, doing meetups and learning
Mm-hmm.
about crypto together and seeing what they had created. And then she added a beautiful spin on it with more education and more of it being exposed
Mm-hmm.
in the Black
Mm-hmm.
community. And then that was it. When she expressed the vision and the passion behind it. And again, I had already switched my mindset from we believe it and then we
Right.
manifest it. So believe it, then
Right.
see it.
Exactly.
I was not going to be the one where she would come to me 3 months. I wasn't going to say, okay, girl, you go ahead and start that. I'll check in with you 3 months from now. We'll see how that goes. And then I may even think about investing with you. No, no, no. Let's do this now and let's do this together.
I love the way you stay ready, JC, because that's awesome. But like I said, it all plays into your mindset. So from like vision to the
Yes.
actual physical location, how long did that take?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. We started,
Mm-hmm.
our grand opening was March 9th, and the office space that we have, we had to do complete construction with it. It was wild in here before. Honestly, I would say maybe 6 to 8 months before grand opening.
I'm laughing because like it probably seems like a long time to you. Not even a year, JC.
Not even a year. No, it doesn't. It still trips me out. No, it trips me out that it was not that long ago. It's wild, actually. The manifestations, once you start to strengthen your belief in what you can create,
Right.
they begin to come in faster and faster. And to the point where you are like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course that happened. I asked for that. Of course that happened. There won't be any, I can't believe that happened.
But that's good and bad
begins to
too,
settle
though,
down.
right? Like the things that we just believe out of fear, those things come true too.
Yes,
And that's the
thank
thing
you for that
about
point.
control that I was talking about, because what you focus on grows, right?
Yeah. Expands.
Right.
And that's an illusion. Control is an illusion. We have no control over anything except for our own thoughts, feelings, and words. And that's creating our experience. That's what's manifesting. So yeah, if you're living this bomb, best life ever, you've created that. You've manifested that. You brought that to you. But if you're living in lack and you're like, where's my money? And this relationship sucks.
Right.
You've also attracted that. And that's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow.
I know people are like, easier said than done. But how do people get there? How do people make that shift? Not only do they make that shift, but how do they maintain that frequency?
First step is a decision and knowing that you always have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice and you get to decide what do you want to experience. Once you make that decision, then we go ahead and get clear on that. The universe likes clarity and it likes a decision. And then you focus solely on what you want to experience. We shift your words. We work on some affirmations. We work on getting quiet, because how are you going to hear the intuitive guidance and that intuition that is guiding you? Your intuition knows knows your dreams, your desires, the fastest way for you to get there, and the path of least resistance. But if we are in grind, hustle, go, 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 we don't even take the time to quiet down to hear it, so you can be guided without the hard work and without all of this extra stuff. But you must make a decision first and foremost. And I find when people, and this one's a challenging one for most, is what do you actually want? When that question is asked, they will give me a laundry list, girl, of what they don't want. But that was not the question.
You know what I learned about that?
And then they wonder, why am
I was saying, I learned about that when, like, as far as like relationships, because, you know, when people talk about, and this is like way off the base, but like, you know, when people talk about, you know, dating and, you know, attracting the person that you really want, we can tell you what we don't want, what we're not going to put up with. But like, once I realized that I was never really defining exactly what I wanted, that that changed my world. So sorry for the little sidebar. But yeah, that's how that came to like me, to my attention. Like, oh yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. So yeah, that's with everything.
No, true. Especially with money. When, you know, you ask somebody about like, what would they like their finances to be? Well, I don't want any debt. I don't want all these bills. I want these loans to go away. I don't want this. I don't want that. And here's the thing with don't or no or shouldn't or couldn't. We live in an inclusive only universe. So the universe does not understand exclusion. It does not understand no. It doesn't understand. It understands energy. Okay. So if your energy is, I don't want debt. I don't want debt. I don't want any of these goddamn bills. I don't want this. All you're doing is growing your focus and your energy and that frequency toward what you don't want. So the universe is like, oh, look at all this debt she wants. Here's some extra bills. Here's some extra fees. Here's another, you know, extra $100 you got to pay for this, that, and the other. Focus only on what is the opposite of I don't want debt. You want abundance. You want $10,000. You want whatever that is.
I don't want to have to ask permission to take vacations. You know, I mean, I want limitless vacations. You know,
right?
I just, you know, they're just focus on that. You know.
Exactly. So it really does come to conscious creation. Really being conscious of what your running thoughts are. We run on autopilot so much that we're not even aware that things are running. Thoughts are going that aren't serving us. Our limiting beliefs are just going and going because we haven't taken the time to consciously create or be deliberate with what it is we want to bring in and the thoughts that are taking over our mind. We have the power, but if you let your mind do its thing, it will have you all the way sideways.
Right. And then I just want to bring this back to the power of community too, because you have to surround yourself with the people that are thinking the same way and the people that have similar mindset and similar goals, because you know what's filtered into, like, you have all these messages coming into your mind daily, and you know you don't get control over everything that comes in, But what you do have control over is how you surround yourself and who you surround yourself with, so that at least the majority of those voices are going to be aligned with what your goals are. So joining communities like JC's community, listening to podcasts, reading books, all of those things is a way to shift your
Yes.
environment and
Yes.
to make sure that once you've decided and once you understand, you know, what you actually want, then that's how you reinforce
Mm-hmm.
how you're going to actually achieve those results. And so, yeah.
That is a big piece, though. What you're saying, your circle of influence is huge. Not even just the actual physical people, but definitely what you said:
Mhm.
podcasts, YouTube videos,
Yes.
even your social
Please.
media
Thank you
feed.
for bringing
What
that
are
up.
you
Thank you for bringing that up.
that's a
Yes. Yes.
subconscious, like, hypnotic programming. So if you're looking at gossip and reality and, you know, who's doing what to who in the tabloid kind of social media pages,
Mhm.
that is what's going into your mind. That is going to bring in a certain level of
Mhm.
energy and frequency. So the same goes with your books and your I mean, it's all about the energy that you're surrounding yourself with. And all of this brings a certain level. It's either going to be
Yep.
high or low, honestly. But you want to, like, your circle. Are they talking about other people? Are they talking about negativity? Are they talking about, let's just go party and hang out and get drunk on the way? What are they talking about? Are they talking about businesses? Are they talking about bringing in millions of dollars and being millionaire? What are
Yeah.
they talking about? Because that's dripping into your mind as well by
Osmosis.
was it? Yeah, right.
I don't know if that's what you were going to say, but I love that.
By default, right. We will use that. I love that
But
too.
anyway, JC, I thank you
By association.
But you know, association, osmosis, whatever.
Right. Osmosis, same thing.
What's next for you, JC? What's going on? Like, what do you want?
Oh, that's powerful. I've been getting the call to do more public speaking. So what's next for me is to speak, have more events, have workshops, create retreats, speak internationally, as I was able to do 3 weeks ago in Italy. I was able to speak about manifestation and vision boarding. And I would love to, and I am going to continue that and really share my message in a way that reaches more people and empowers more people and inspires more people to actually create a life by design.
I love that. So going from as a nurse, you know, working and then feeling that something was missing, and then getting on the physical fitness journey, and now on the manifestation journey. What has that done for you? What has that done for your world and your experiences?
It's changed my life. Completely. I am not the same. Girl, I'm not the same person I was last week. I just continue to evolve.
Yes, it does not stop.
I just continue to elevate. I evolve. I pour so much into me. If anything is going to be worked hard on, it will be me, because I'm the beginning and I'm the end, and how I feel is what I experience. So my life is just completely changed, and I make sure that mind, body, spirit are always continuing to elevate. And I just continue to pour into myself, because then it pours onto others who I surround myself with, in terms of my energy and what conversations we're having and how I may be able to uplift them and they can uplift me. But my life is changed. I mean, I've been able to manifest and bring in not only the business opportunities, but more money and better friendships and better opportunities, and just an overall, I love the hell out of my life. Lifestyle.
And I know.
I wake up every day happy and at peace. That's the biggest piece. Being at peace, that's the biggest piece of it, is that and my freedom. And that feeling of freedom, girl, you can't tell me nothing.
That's the whole goal. Financial freedom is one level of freedom, but it's the overall freedom, that ultimately when people are saying what they don't want, this is what you really want. So JC, you are goals on so many levels,
Good
girl.
point.
I just no, you're amazing.
You're amazing. You are amazing.
I just want to be like you. And so for people who want to connect with you, what's the best way that they can connect with you and just partake in all things JC Marie?
Please go to my website. One, I have a beautiful gift for you. If you go to thejcmarie.com, you will be able to access my free gratitude journal. Gratitude is everything for raising your vibration and calling in what you want, being grateful for what you have now to bring in more of it. So thejcmarie.com. I'm the same on Instagram, thejcmarie.
I love it.
So Facebook, JC Marie.
Yes, and JC
and
is
then, of course, the
spelled
Manifesting Mamas.
JACI. Yes. So JC
Marie.
JC
Yes.
Marie. I love it. So JC, I'm just going to wrap things up right here because you have just brought so much to think about, so much joy, just so many possibilities. I just know I see for me, and I hope that our listeners are seeing what's possible for them. And of course, your reality can't look like JC's. Your reality can't look like mine, because whatever you want and whatever freedom means to you is going to be totally different. But here's the path to get here. And I just wanted you to know what's possible. So thank you so much, JC, for sharing your story and sharing what you've been able to experience, because I know it is going to bless so many people. Man, I still have goosebumps from that episode. JC is just an amazing woman, and you'll see if you're in her presence or even just watching her videos on social, she just has the best energy, and your vibration can't help to be raised when you're in her presence. Anyway, let's hop into our nursing notes. So we are so quick to tell others what we don't want in life. We can't get what we want until we are really clear on what that is. So take a moment to really reflect on what your ideal life would look like, how much money you would have in the bank, and how that would make you feel. Start operating in that space. That's the first step to get you from where you are to where you want to be. Next, who are you surrounding yourself with? This is not the first time you've heard me say this, and this definitely will not be the last. But who are you surrounding yourself with? Evaluate what influences you're letting seep into your subconscious. It's cool if reality shows are your thing and your little pastime, but what are you balancing that out with? I mean, consider using your social media, books, podcasts, and YouTube videos as a source of inspiration and enlightenment, not entertainment. I have a list of books and podcasts on the Financially Intentional website. I'll link in the show notes if you guys need some suggestions. All right, so don't let change leave you behind. The only thing constant and consistent in life is change. Like computers did for our parents' generation, and what electronic medical records did to older nurses. Don't be afraid to adapt, okay? JC saw crypto and blockchain technology as her son's future reality. So she not only took the time to understand it, but earned certifications as a blockchain educator and consultant. She then went on to open a brick and mortar in the heart of Inglewood to educate the community. Okay? Remember, knowledge is not power. It's only potential power. And teaching others and taking actions on what you have learned is a way to solidify that knowledge. You've been listening to Nurses on Fire. If you want to learn more about me or my guests, check out our show notes page. If you found value, please support our show by supporting our sponsors and affiliates, also listed in the show notes. If you like what you're hearing, we'd love for you to give us a 5-star rating and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Google, or whatever podcast app you're using to stream this show. You guys, tell all the nurses in your life to subscribe. And if you know a nurse with a compelling money story and would like me to feature them, shoot me an email at nasima@financiallyintentional.com. All right, y'all. Much love and keep them fires blazing.
Thank you for listening to my mommy's podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.